Boom, we are off. Another episode, Booze Your Daddy podcast. Dr. Alan Snyder, Stephanie, Blue and True Dancona.
Blue and True.
But
Bud
today,
Light, new slogan.
Today we have a mystery guest. It is like the Masked Singer version.
It is the Masked Singer, kind of.
So, Masked Singer, go ahead and say something for everybody because we can't see you because of that beautiful unicorn head that you got on.
Y'all are catchers.
Y'all are catchers. Oh my God. If I had $1 for every time I have heard JoBabe say that, she is rocking a beautiful Dunkadoo where I got my Dunkadoo shirt on.
Represent.
I got my Dunkadoo
First of
headband
all,
on.
I was not given the clue that, like, hey, maybe wear one of your dodgeball things. Here I am with a button-down shirt that I ironed.
It doesn't
like
matter. It's
door.
not a Dunkadoo jersey.
You're not a Dunkadoo
You guys
anyway.
gonna do this again and leave me out.
I mean, yeah, well, you have your thing for later, but I'm so glad that we could do this because this is my first threesome on a Zoom call. And as we discussed, this is probably also for you guys too. So what's up, Joe? How you doing, babe? Talk to us.
I am doing
What's
good.
up? Tell me all
I miss you guys terribly. I'm glad I get to join y'all. It's like being at the bar with y'all again.
Oh my God, 2 y'alls in one sentence.
JoAnn, where do you live and where are you from? Let the listeners know.
I live in California now. I'm a West Coaster. I lived in New York City for a while, but I'm originally from Texas. I've been around.
Oh, my exes live in Texas.
That's why I love Stephanie. I met her in New York, and she knows country music. I can karaoke with her at country music.
Me and JoAnn can jam out to early 80s country like nobody's business. I don't even know how we found out we had that in common, but we've spent hours doing it, and it's not been hours wasted at all.
And I know it's obnoxious to other people, but I love it.
I don't care. I'm there. I'm obnoxious to myself, and I'm okay with that.
Wait a minute, but I don't know if you've been there. Stephanie, have you been there for a Jolene version or JoBabe version?
Yeah. There's a couple. Me and JoAnn have.
Jolene.
Yeah, I've done it a couple times. We've snuck away from. There was one time that we snuck away from. Where's the place that we with the dingy basement?
Didn't we do it at the parlor?
Oh, we did it at the parlor. We snuck out and did it at another place, and I think went back to the parlor after that. So undercover Jolene.
Maybe we did it at Jackie Oki.
Jackie Oki, definitely. It'll fly it again.
Jackie Oki too.
I miss Jackie Oki.
Yeah, I haven't been there in forever. So I have heard that. Now I have some great video of JoAnn singing Jolene that we're definitely gonna post. And the best is the part of the video where she's yelling, "You better not be recording me. You better not post that on Facebook." And I'm like, this is going. And then once a year it comes up on Facebook. I'm like, 7 years ago, this is what happened, and it's so good. So
can I bring up an important topic?
Sure.
We totally forgot to talk about our beer.
I was just getting ready to. I am getting
really. There we go. Segue in. Hey, Alan, Dr. Alan Snyder to some, Alan to me. What you drinking?
I want to talk about my beer, but it's Papa. The fact that Papa gets on Josh's nerve means we're just going to do it twice as much. That was so great. But you know what? I actually have something to say a little bit about my beer, but this is our first guest. I think we should defer to our guest.
Yes, absolutely. Ladies first.
All right. Well, this is a California beer since I'm in California.
Ladies first. Do we have any ladies on this podcast? I don't think we have one ever.
Barely ladies. JoAnn's at the top. I'm probably below you.
It is called Love Hazy. It's an IPA from Almanac.
And that is a beautiful, beautiful green color. Was that on purpose?
It's sexy. Yes, right?
Because JoAnn, I'm not going to show you my beer, but I also got one that was green.
You guys are nerds.
Great minds think alike.
Yes, nerds.
Awesome.
But that's also coming from me, and I'm wearing glasses that were sunglasses, and I just popped the lenses out. All right. Alan, what you got going on? I know you have some green beer, so let's
Yeah.
go with that.
So I don't know if you guys have seen in the what's been going on a lot online, and it's been making the news. But Trader Joe's is under fire right now for their ethnic foods. Do you guys know about this?
No, I didn't know that.
No. So they have an ethnic food section, I'm guessing?
Not exactly. So some 17-year-old started an online petition. I think it's a female, actually, not that that matters. And, what they try to do to get, kind of their own versions of stuff, they have a Corona imitation beer. Then they call it Trader Jose because Jose and Joe or Trader Joe are very similar.
No way. Really?
They have a German Pilsner that is the Joseph Bra. Which that's their version of that. They have Italian foods that is like Giotto, Gio, even though the translation of Joe in Italian is Giuseppe. And they have Asian food that is Trader Ming variety, and they are getting lots of heat for this. And I am definitely going to get one of these things right now. The petition online says it exoticizes the name or whatever the hell that means. So I love it because I think that is absurd. And if anything, do you know what it's done? It has made them sell more of this stuff because they say they might be pulling it off the shelves. But I went to Trader Joe's the other day and couldn't find anything and asked them. They said, we are fresh out. We get another order tomorrow. Good for you. So
listen, you tell people they can't get anything anymore. Everybody wants it. So wait, is it the beer?
It's beer and some other foods. So I just want to go back to Simpler Times, which is the name of this beer. It is a lager.
Nice.
It's a lager beer that you get a 6-pack of this thing for like $4, and it's 6.2% alcohol by volume.
Wait,
I don't know.
You got a 6-pack for how much?
It's like $4 maybe at Trader Joe's. It's dirt cheap.
Yeah, all right, I need to go to Trader Joe's because I pay way too much for my booze now.
Yes. And meanwhile, Stephanie, we are starting to have problems on this podcast. I don't know if you're aware of this. Now, sometimes we just report on the news and then things get bigger. But have you started to pick up on these little things that we talk about and then they go like not from us. We don't do shit. But they go massive. So do you know that I've been like joking around like, oh, let's open the beer and release the Kraken? And then today, there's a new NHL team.
Oh my God, I totally forgot you've been saying that.
What the hell? We've been saying release the Kraken, like crack the beer, and now there's an NHL team in Seattle that's the Kraken. Like, this is getting creepy because this is at least the third time that this has happened.
This is the third or fourth.
This is the third or fourth. I mean, the Washington football team thing, that was kind of already, but there's been a couple.
Yeah, but now they're literally the Washington football team, so
here,
setters.
Right, so here, let me just try this and see if it works. Wow, that Mega Millions is sure getting up there. That would be crazy if one of us wanted that, right? That would be really weird. You hear that podcast? You hear that? Mega Millions. Mega Millions.
Hey, universe. Stop. I can't even think of something. Hey, man. I can't. I have nothing.
You just got to be like, hey, universe. Hey, girl, hey, it's your girl, Steph.
Hey, girl. Hey, girl, I like that 1-bedroom apartment. I wish I could afford it.
Oh, yeah, that would be really crazy if next thing you know, that 1-bedroom apartment goes down in price and then you qualify and they call you and then bing, bang, boom, you live in the good life.
I'm living the good life. That's all I've ever wanted.
All right, well, I am releasing the Kraken.
All right, I'm going to drink my beer too. I'm going to say what my beer is. So my beer is from KCBC. So that's Kings County Brewery Collective in Brooklyn. Didn't know that was a thing. It's called Taco Thursday.
What?
Thor spelled with the, what's the dot? Umlau?
It's like a
Is that what those two dots over a letter are?
It's an ushka or something.
A babushka? It's not a babushka.
An unchka. It's like I don't know.
I think it's the umlau. Pilsner. And I don't know what it tastes like, but I didn't have time to go out and get beer, and I really wanted food. So I was like, let me find a restaurant in my neighborhood that has good food and will deliver me a beer I've never had. That's where Taco Thursdays. I don't know what taco has to do with it, but I don't really care.
You know what's funny about that? So Stephanie, it's already happening. Universe is hearing us because I didn't prepare with Joe to coordinate, but do you know what shirt that I was wearing and took off and I still have that here? What? I have on my Taco Cat, spelled backwards is Taco Cat. Like, I'm telling you, this is getting really, really weird that you got a beer that's taco.
Yeah. Who bought you that shirt? I wonder.
My girl, Blue and True, Dancona.
My blue and true boo. All right, I'm gonna drink this because it is hot as something hot.
Hey.
All right, cheers, JoAnn. Getting on the cheers.
JoBabe.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Drink your beer. Now feed it to your mic. Oh wait, you don't have a mic. Feed it to your mouth.
All righty. Well, I have so many great memories of JoAnn. Should I? It's like it's not. It's supposed to be more of a roast, but here it sounds like we're doing like a.
Oh, that's freaking delicious. I'm sorry.
Is it good?
Really freaking good.
All right, Stephanie.
Proceed.
Do you want to start off, or should I get this party going?
Why don't you get your party going? Because I feel like whatever you're gonna say, is it gonna have like JoAnn or be something related to that?
Of course. So I'm just gonna do a real quick. Here is something that I think JoAnn might know. I am still mad at her right now about something that I'm really upset about something, and I'm not joking around. I went on one of my baseball trips with some guy friends years ago, and we were going down to Texas, and JoAnn goes, you have to go to this place that's like, you think In-N-Out is good? You think Five Guys is good? We have a place in the South called Whataburger, and I made my friends go to this. Yeah, well, next time you see one, keep driving, all right? Wow. That place, I made my friends go in. I'm like, guys, this is a thing in the South. Now, here is something really cool that they do. You get your food like counter style, and then they don't have a waitress because it's a crappy fast food place. They come over with like a tray of every sauce you can imagine, and you kind of pick which one's off. That is the best part of the experience.
That's amazing.
The rest of it was garbage. The food was so bad. And JoAnn was like, you're crazy. That food was great. That food is so good.
Well, she
grew up with it.
You ruined the burger because you deconstructed it. You took the tomatoes off, didn't you?
I don't need tomatoes now, so.
You took the onions off of it. You got to eat it together.
Oh, okay. So you put more bad things together. Whatever.
The whole thing.
Yeah, so that was something I'm still mad at JoAnn, and I want my money and my time back. And my friends also now when we go, they're like, all right, we're not trusting anything you say. So
Whataburger's amazing.
False. So the other story that I want to talk about was from last year or 2 years ago when we went to Vermont, and we were having.
Wait, first of all, which time? Because we've been in Poconos, Vermont, Catskills. Have we been in the Poconos? I may have made that up.
I don't think JoAnn's been to the Poconos with us, but Joe, it was in. Where was it? You know where I'm going with this story when you saved the day. Where was that?
Is it the one where it didn't snow? It was
I think no.
Was it when we went inner tubing?
Was it with when her friend Jalissa came?
Yes.
Oh, and we had a
anyway, yeah. So whatever. So the story goes, we're staying at this amazing, beautiful house that, Big Mike or somebody puts a deposit down, and we're really like, okay, yeah, we are very respectful. We clean up, we do our stuff. Yes. And there was one night that Jalissa, she was just in the mood for toast. I don't know why. We had tons of food. She wanted toast, and we're all hanging out. We're doing our thing, and she starts to make her toast in the the toaster where you push the button down. I've grown up with the toaster oven, so I don't ever use those things. And we're doing our thing in the kitchen. Next thing you hear a pop. You look back, and the toaster oven is slowly catching fire. And the electrical – so what happened was the electrical cord was close enough to the actual place where you put the bread that when she pushed it down to toast, a cord goes in there. I can't believe we didn't burn the whole electricity system up. Slowly, the kitchen is on fire, and – you can't help but to kind of stand there like a deer in headlights, like, oh my God, like what is happening right now? And JoAnn, like a scene from Mrs. Doubtfire, comes out of nowhere. Help is on the way, dear. And she has a fire extinguisher to put this out. And that maybe have not been the best idea because it still was an open electrical outlet. But taking that part away from it, the actual fire was about a foot wide, a foot tall. JoAnn came in and starts doing these circles of about 4 feet.
was everywhere.
She made sure that fire didn't get on the ceiling. It didn't get on the floor. She basically exhausted the whole fire extinguisher. And you know what, though? She saved the day. And
she did. But it wasn't, that was the first time I'd ever seen a fire extinguisher go off. I did not know how horrible that crap is to, like, clean up.
I didn't know it was a powder either. And that powder cracks all over. We
didn't even get fined, did we? And I think we told them, like, hey, we broke your Ninja.
Yeah.
Well, I was supposed to pay $100 security fee for the what the toaster that got burnt. They was going to take $100 out, but he didn't take it out fast enough. And then he emailed me, "Oh, I didn't take it out fast enough from your deposit. Can you just send me $100?" And I was like, "Screw that! You should have took it out."
JoAnn.
We're never going to rent that place again.
Better you than me, because I would have been like, "Sir, I'll come drive it to you right now." Sure.
No, I jumped, and I think I did jump out on that. So
yeah, but
so my story piggybacks onto that exact same trip. JoAnn will remember this. Alan, you and the rest of our friends have never heard this. No. So a bunch of people went hiking, and a bunch of people went mini golf. And
I was a mini golfer, yeah.
Me, JoAnn, and her friend.
Blow me up! Oh my God! Nobody.
No.
This is such a secret.
My favorite stories of my life.
Oh my God!
We stayed behind because JoAnn was cooking, and I just kind of wanted to like hang out and read, whatever. So like I was like, Julius was to stay behind. I was like, I'll just stay behind with you guys. I'd rather sit in the porch and read a book and drink a beer. So JoAnn was cooking her mac and cheese, which is, as all our friends know, amazing. That's her big contribution every trip. So we're in and out of the house, whatever. And I think at one point, JoAnn was like, shit, we didn't check on the pasta. So we checked on the pasta, whatever. And she's stirring it. She's like, I think it's a little soft. And
that's what she said.
I looked at it and I was like, yeah, it's a lot of soft. Not good soft. And she was like, all right, well, let's mix it with the cheese and stuff, and we're going to put it in, we'll put it in the oven, and it'll kind of like, we'll do a baked mac and cheese. It'll dry it out.
You know that as you're complimenting her for making mac and cheese, I also make you a mac and cheese every single time we go away, and you just gloss right over that.
I didn't gloss over it. I just didn't say it.
She makes the best mac and cheese. You know how sensitive.
Did I say that? I said that's her contribution.
Right. JoAnn knows how sensitive I am, and like, whatever. Go on.
First of all, nobody loves your mac and cheese more than I do. So you know what? I don't have to do this podcast anymore, Mr. Cranky Pants. Is this how it ends? We go down on episode 11?
You have 9 minutes to finish the story.
So checks in the pasta.
Salvageable.
I'll drain it. Yeah. She drains it, and I look at it. And I'm like, that you can't save that. So she's like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So she puts it in the pan with the cheese, and as she's stirring it, it becomes like the equivalent of what I would think like old school gruel would look like disgusting. The most all the pasta had broken apart and then congealed with the cheese, and
it's like grits.
Yeah, so I dumped it out in a bag, and it literally made this like cement block. So you guys were all coming home soon, and we had just ruined like 3 boxes of macaroni. We had nothing else to eat.
Wow.
So I went to whatever the nearest store was.
It was
I got a couple boxes of pasta and a couple boxes of cheese. And I came back, and I remember JoAnn being like, this isn't the same pasta. And I was like, the store had one kind of pasta, JoAnn. So we made it with, you guys didn't even notice it was whole wheat penne and not like elbows.
Yeah.
And we figured that we would tell everybody if they asked how, that when we put the cheese in, the cheese bag had mold in the bottom. So if anyone was like, why is this pasta any different? Then we've been like, well, the cheese was moldy and we had to redo the whole thing.
But nobody even noticed or cared. Nobody was just like, oh, we don't care.
Yeah,
Just
but
eat
me
anything.
and JoAnn and Jalissa sat there like the entire dinner just waiting because there were so many people. We're like, how will one of them not notice that it's whole wheat penne instead of elbows?
Do you know why? Because our only friend that would actually notice is colorblind, and he didn't see it.
You're right. He would have noticed it.
He would have been like, this is not the normal. If he would have saw the box, he would have flipped his shit and just been like, oh, this is not the regular pasta. I can't eat this pasta.
So I think maybe JoAnn or her friend were like, well, let's just say it. And I was like, let's just nod. And if it comes up, it comes up.
And it didn't.
JoAnn, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah,
Super
I thought the sweetest part of it is when I'm stirring it and I'm going to, and I'm talking to you and Jalissa and I'm looking at it and I'm going, well, maybe it's salvageable. And then you peek and you look in it and you go, darling, no, that's not salvageable. Nobody's going to eat that.
That was one of the grossest things I've ever seen in my entire life, and I like every pasta in the world.
That's great.
That was a fun weekend. Well, we always have fun weekends.
We do, Joe. You know, it's always great with you. I guess we didn't really introduce you as well as we could, but, you know, I've known you now, it's got to be like 7-8 years. We met just randomly from dodgeball, and then we played softball, and we did all our things together, and I wish I got to see you more, and I definitely want to come visit as soon as you get rid of your cats.
Oh, you can take a pill. They have pills for that, or take a shot. They have a shot for that.
So now we're going to go on to trivia, except it's going to be a little different, okay? So here's what we're going to do. And JoAnn, I love the fact that you were yawling up a storm and talking about Texas and all this, because I'm going in that vein. Now, you guys went ahead and put on costumes. I don't know why, but it's like it's Halloween and I didn't get the freaking memo. I look like a washed-up dodgeball player, which some people would say I am. But JoAnn, you have your
You're perfect.
Thanks. I got a walrus over there. I am the walrus, blue and true. And JoAnn's wearing a unicorn. This is great. It's funny because I recorded a podcast with my nephew, and yet this is still the most childish thing that's ever happened on here.
Dude, you've done so many episodes with me. The fact that this wouldn't even surprise you. I mean, you've seen this a couple times. JoAnn, you can see up those eyeballs?
I can.
I can't see anything with my tusks. You know what would be awesome? If these tusks were like, you know how they have those beer hats and you just drink out of the funnel?
Yes.
If one of these was a funnel to my beer or like a giant straw.
Wow.
Oh my God, I'm hot already.
Yeah,
God.
this is pretty great because, you know, this is an audio podcast, and I will definitely urge people at least – Get on YouTube, check out our Boozer Daddy, BOO'SyouRDDY, because they look absolutely absurd for this trivia. This is going to be great.
We'll put this on we'll do it for the gram. Do it for the gram.
For the gram.
$100 in my hand.
All right, so here is what we're going to be doing, and I want everybody to pay attention now. So here's what I'm going to be asking. Now, I looked up a bunch of words and terms. Call it Southern/redneck trivia. Now, I don't think redneck is a derogatory term. JoAnn, are you offended by that term? Do you embrace the term? How do you feel about that term?
No, not at all. I'd call myself redneck.
Right. Now, I just don't want it to be mean, so we're going to call it Southern terms. So here's how it's going to work, okay? Stephanie, you're going to be going first. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you the word. You're going to write down a definition.
Oh, we got to write?
Okay. All right.
JoAnn, yours is going to be a little harder. You have to use the word because, you know, this is your words. You have to use the word. JoAnn, you have to use the word correctly in a sentence.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought I was like, oh man, I'm New York born and raised. I mean, I'm trash, but New York born and raised. This is great, Alan. Great, but the hottest trivia I've ever done.
You know what? I just watched Urban Cowboy too, so I am all set.
All right. Do you guys want to take off your masks and stuff so you don't talk about how hot it is the whole time, or do you tell me?
Hey, listen. Some of us, I don't know, like to have fun. All right, I took the head off for a second. I'll put it back on later. I need to concentrate.
Well,
All
I
right.
got it right.
Question number 1. Britches. BRITCHES. So, Stephanie, you're defining it. JoAnn, I need you to use it in a sentence.
All right. Oh, right now? Or
No, write it down.
No, write it down.
We good?
I'm
Ish.
good.
We'll go with ish.
I'm good.
Number 2, hankerin. 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 Remember, I'm very generous, Steph. So if you just get something close, like I'm going to give you a point.
Listen, I gave you like 19 double extra bonus rounds last week. So,
Yeah.
Okay. I honestly think I'd do better in JoAnn's side.
All right. You know what? If you would rather do her version, that's fine too. That's fine too.
No, we'll keep it as it is. My baby made his trivia. We're going to go with that.
Question number 3, piddlin. PIDDLIN. Piddlin.
I have 4 options for this, and none of them have anything to do with each other. But I know the word, but it may be one of these.
All right. Number 4, uppity. 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 And number 5, gussied up. GUSSIED. Up is just UP. All right, now I'm going to go back over them. I'm not going to say if you're right or wrong, but I'm going to start with Stephanie, okay?
Yes.
Stephanie.
I'm going to put my hat on for this.
I thought you said I was going to poopy pants. I put my hat on because JoAnn isn't. JoAnn's my role model.
Number 1, britches.
So I couldn't necessarily decide because I know how to use it in a sentence. But I went with, I feel like it's like suspenders, pants, or underwear. Something like that.
All right. JoAnn, can you define it and use it in a sentence?
Yeah, it is your britches. It's your bottom. She's too big for her britches. But it's really about her attitude. Like she's too big for her britches. She thinks she's better than we are, but she's not, kind of thing.
So basically, a retort would be, "You ain't shit."
Exactly. Or she's acted too. Yeah, she's too big for her britches. Like, you know.
Okay, so good job using it in a sentence, but the game is just to define the word. You both get a point. The answer is pants. So it's just, yes, you're too big for your pants. Correct. Good job, guys. Both get a point.
Woo.
Number 2, hankerin, Stephanie.
I put like a wanting, a desire for, or in the mood for.
JoAnn?
Yes, it's I want something, or I'm hungry for something. Like I got a hankering for a big juicy steak.
Correct answer is a desire or craving. Ding, ding, ding. You both get a point.
Whoa! I can't believe it.
Good job. Number 3, piddlin, Stephanie.
All right, this is the one that I know, but I don't know as well. So here's my 4 choices. It's a kind of a food, like a side dish, maybe something with beans, or like something little, or a kid.
Okay.
That's what I got.
All right, I'll even tell you this. One of them is right. Which one are you going with?
Oh, I may be wrong.
I'm gonna go with kid. Little
Kid?
kid or something.
All right. And JoAnn, can you use piddling in a sentence and define it, please?
All right, so I thought piddling means you're procrastinating, you're goofing around, and so you go stop piddling around and get your chores done, kind of thing.
All right. Well, people can feel free to correct me. I think it might be diddlin or something, but I feel like I've heard what you said, piddlin. But by definition, it was choice number C of Stephanie is it's a small amount, and usually it's meant in a negative connotation. Like, you gave me a piddlin amount of this? Like, come on.
Oh.
So
Oh.
you know what I'm going to do? Because Stephanie, even though she wrote down 4 things, which is absurd, I'm going to give Steph a half a point because I'm a nice guy. And I want Stephanie to win this. So it is currently 2.5 to 2 is the score.
You want me to win over our guest? I mean, I appreciate your dedication to your co-host, but
Well, I would like a judge on the piddle thing.
all right. Well, you know who we have one specific friend that'll chime in, no problem.
Yeah, only one. I feel like I get 4 text messages after every time an episode comes out.
Yes, I do. Also from my family, we have 17 friends that'll chime in about that one thing.
Yeah, it is true that we do have, I guess, regular listeners, at least like 50, but they are devoted and they really do make a point. And I appreciate it, and thank you so much to those people.
Yes. Yes, I will say they have hung in with us for what? Oh my God, is this the anniversary?
Yeah, this is going to come out on, our episodes come out every Wednesday and Saturday, but today is the one. We posted the 1-month anniversary from the first time we've come out, and I love it. They are the Blue and True crew. What's up, y'all?
Blue and True crew. Oh, I'm getting some shirts made or some hats.
We definitely.
Or I don't know.
There will be swag. There will be swag. I promise.
Yes, but our friends and family have been amazing because we have people that still text us and they're still 10 episodes deep. So I feel like it's no longer feeling sorry for us, and it's more of, you guys aren't the worst.
Yeah, no, if it was really bad, they would have given up. Like our first episode, the audio wasn't great, but they would have given up a long time ago if this was the worst half hour of their day. Definitely.
Yes.
I love it.
All right.
Thanks, JoBabe.
Number 4, uppity. Stephanie, can you define uppity for me?
Fancy, bougie, nose in the air, think you're better than everybody else.
All right. And JoAnn?
Yeah, I agree with her. And I would say, oh, you come at me acting all uppity, get out of here.
Correct answer is...
Get out of here! Graham!
Correct answer is snobby. Give yourself a point. Both of you.
All right.
All right. And number 5, we are going with gussied up, Stephanie.
I feel like when you're gussied up, your friend will be like, girl, you fancy. You're all together, all that in a bag of chips, head to toe, styling out, but I'm going to still go with girl, you fancy.
Good. JoAnn?
It's to get dressed up to go out at night. So you can say, oh, she must really like him. Look how gussied up she got.
So gussied up means to get cleaned up and dressed nicely. You both crushed this, guys.
Oh, crushed it!
You know what?
That was fun. That was a good one.
Good. I'm glad you guys did that because I think I probably would have only gotten maybe like 2 or 3 of these.
Really? Which ones do you think you would know?
Piddlin I wouldn't have got. I will just say this, and I'm glad I didn't get any feedback, but my mom worked a couple years ago, actually a bunch of years ago, at the University of Maryland Dental School, and somebody called somebody uppity one time and got fired for using a racial slur.
It is. It's
so,
racial against black. If you say it against a black person,
yes.
It is. It's racial. It is because in the South they would call educated black men. They would say they acted uppity. So
right.
It's got a negative history. So if you
wow.
call maybe a white person wouldn't know it, but if you called an educated or a black person, someone who
right,
then they would be like, all right, Cracker, yes, I wouldn't call somebody uppity.
Wow.
Yes,
So-
I left that part out of my answer.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope everybody knows. Know what the greatest term that has come out of cancel culture? Or the greatest phrase. Judge my intentions, not my words. I hope everybody who ever listens to this knows I am not racist, and I did not mean it like that, because when I looked up the definition, it just said snobby. So I was like, all right, maybe that's not what it means, and I'm really glad. And listen, we're not going.
I don't think anybody would be offended at all, because it's. I mean, unless you were in the South. I mean, no, I wouldn't expect you to know that.
I didn't.
I bet you don't even know what a coon ass is and how negative that is. Right?
I feel like I can figure that one out.
Well, I'm just saying.
Fucking shit.
I mean, you want to go redneck South, but yeah, but I wouldn't. I don't think anybody would be offended by that, because when you say it, you're saying in anger at somebody. Like, get out of my face, you up, or you come up in here, so you're already having beef with somebody. So if you just said it in a sentence, I don't think anybody would be offended. They might say, hey, did you know that?
Yeah. Well, I would never yell at anybody like that. So now, as I was looking these things up, I just have to tell you guys the two best phrases that I saw. And I'm sure you know.
Can you guess them? Because I'm really excited about them.
I mean, they're I didn't give you these as questions because they're way too easy. So,
Oh, God. Okay.
ready? So the phrase was, and I'll even say it like JoAnn would say it, if that's okay.
Yeah, now go.
So, I'm as happy as a puppy with two peckers.
With two what?
Peckers.
I don't like that. That's gross.
JoAnn, come on. Dogs lick their balls, right?
Yeah, you know what my mom would always say? She goes, I feel like a hooker that's been ridden hard and put up wet, or something like that.
Jesus
God.
Christ. Your
Wow.
mom said that?
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of Southern,
I would say crap and get sent to my room.
Oh, and let me tell you this: if you're in the South and somebody says, "Oh, bless your heart," that means that's kind of an insulting, like.
Oh, we know that. That's common. That's common. Listen,
Okay,
that's the same thing like up here. Like when somebody says, now I'm not trying to be rude, they're either about to break into R. Kelly's remix or they're about to say something really fucked up.
Yep, basically.
That is truth. And then the other, what's that?
Sorry, no, continue. I'm sorry, Boo.
So the other one, now the first one I get. I mean, I've definitely seen a male dog just go to town. I mean, even my female dog, she loves just a good Sunday matinee down there. So the other one that I don't even.
Come on, man. I am not liking the turn of this.
JoAnn, I think I can understand what this means, but have you ever heard, it's hotter than a goat's butt in a pepper patch?
I haven't heard that, but I've heard some ones. I actually haven't heard that one, but there's a lot of those that are similar to that.
Oh shit! I heard those. I read those today. And I was like, wow, these are great. I don't think I'm gonna be able to. I mean, I had to read these now. I don't think I'll be able to remember them. But happier than a puppy with two peckers. I know.
I've heard that. That's said a lot. And my mom used to always say too, it's colder than a witch's titty.
Yeah, so that was on the list there too. But the puppy thing, my friend Kate loves dogs. She can't walk down the street without petting a dog. She's gonna love that one, I guarantee you.
No, I've heard that a lot. Yeah, that's a big one.
All right. Well, as we're finishing up, Joe, as you kind of struck a memory in me of one of the best stories you've ever told, and I don't know if you want to jump in and fill these in, and maybe Stephanie knows this. The time that you took your cat to the vet when you lived in Harlem.
Yeah, well, I was in Texas when I got this white cat, and a girl and I would sneak out on Fridays and go do like a lunch happy hour, and we come up with the name Cracker, kind of after a few beers, because off the show South Park, how my little cracker's doing today, not knowing 2 or 3 years later I'd be living in Harlem and have to take my cat to a hospital on 145th and Broadway. 145th between Broadway and Amsterdam.
which is way up there.
Oh, that was before that was before white people went up there. You couldn't get a yellow cab up there. I mean, that's when I first got to New York. You didn't see white people up there, or you did a couple, but not a lot.
I mean, right now, even we're starting to gentrify that area, but I guess at that point, even 100th Street was dicey, east and west.
Yeah. Ask our friend Z. He lives up there. It's still
and Z is as black as the ace of spades. Okay, he's not worried about anything up there.
Well, I'm sitting in the lobby where there's like 3 or 4 people with dogs and cats, and they're all black ladies. It's the afternoon with their animals, and the lady comes out and goes, "Cracker, friends." And I stand up with my cat, and these ladies, everybody just busts out laughing. I mean, it was, so I tell this story, and a lot of people say, "Oh my God, that's the funniest story."
I totally forgot the story. I have not heard it in a bajillion years.
It's so funny because I tell the story like I'm there when the lady goes, Cracker Stevens, and you stand up and you just kind of sag your head because everybody just. So Joe, I tell the story that the lady says Cracker Stevens, and everybody just looks at you and you nod, and then you stand up yeah, it's me.
Yeah, I kind of shrugged my shoulders, and these ladies were belly laughing, it was the funniest thing.
Were they slapping? Was it Granny slapping? That was the other one I saw. Granny slapping.
But it was hilarious. Yeah, that was my first experience in Harlem with my cat Cracker.
Love it. So, all right, well, we're gonna wrap this puppy up. JoAnn, did you want to? Joe, did you want to plug anything, Joe? Did you want to talk about anything? Your Instagram or your business or nothing? You're good?
I'm good. Just I miss you guys.
He's so humble. Yep.
Bitch, be humble. Sit down.
Nailed it. How do you know that song?
From your terrible trivia.
You're terrible trivia.
You're a terrible.
I know that didn't make sense. I'm okay with it.
All right. Well, JoAnn, thank you so much for being a guest on our show. I had a great time. I know Steph did. Everybody who's listening, make sure you smash the like button on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Pandora, iHeartRadio. We got TikTok. We got Twitter. Love the support. Love having people on. JoBabe, any last words?
No, next time, if there's a next time, we should celebrate with Giggle Juice.
Oh, Giggle Juice.
Oh, I forgot to tell you that my next idea for a segment is getting drunk the entire time, doing a shot every 5 or 6 minutes on Friday night and just see what happens. Yeah. And Giggle Juice is going to be one of my requests.
It's the official drink of the Dunkadoos.
Listen, if we do a Giggle Juice episode, you're in on the Giggle Juice episode. You pitched it, you get it. You get the account. You get the Giggle Juice account.
Awesome. All
right, well, next time we have you on, we're going to drink some Giggle Juice, which I still have the recipe, know how to do it. Thanks for coming on. Boo, Blue and True, love you. And before we go, Joe, what's it say on the back of my Dunkadoo jersey? Who do you love?
Daddy.
You love Daddy.